Show you the 15 animals that used to be giants. Today we're taking a step back in time to explore some of the most awe-striking creatures that once roamed our planet. We'll see the mighty giants that walked, swam, and ruled the ancient world. And that's not all. Wait until you hear about a snake so vast it could easily encircle a small house. So grab your curiosity, hit subscribe, and let's dive in. 15. Arctodus simus, the short-faced bear. The Arctodus simus, or the short-faced bear, terrorized North America until about 11,000 years ago. This beast was one of the largest terrestrial mammalian carnivores that ever lived, standing up to 12 feet tall on its hind legs and weighing as much as 2,500 pounds. The short-faced bear towered over the modern grizzly bear, which stands about 8 feet tall on its hind legs and weighs up to 790 pounds. Arctodus simus has a broad chest and powerful limbs that made it an exceptional runner, capable of reaching speeds that no human could hope to escape. Its face was shorter than that of today's bear, with a wide skull and enormous jaw that could snap bones easily. This bear's terrifying speed and jaw strength made it an apex predator, likely capable of scavenging kills and hunting large prehistoric bison or even young mammoths. 14. Cynomogel melilutra, the wolf-sized otter. In the ancient wetlands of Asia lived an otter as big as a wolf. The Cynomogel melilutra, which lived around 6 million years ago, was no ordinary otter, but a giant, weighing up to 110 pounds, twice as heavy as any otter you'd see today. Unlike the playful otters we know today, who weigh about 30 pounds and display a curious and playful demeanor, these ancient giants were formidable predators. Their appearance was striking, with robust bodies and broad, powerful jaws lined with sharp teeth designed for crushing. Their size made them twice as heavy as today's otters, and they likely used their strength and large size to dominate the wetlands, preying on fish, mollusks, and perhaps even other small mammals. The thought of a wolf-sized otter with a hunter's gaze gliding silently through murky waters, ready to pounce with lethal precision, paints a primal picture of ancient Earth's wild, untamed nature. 13. Megalodon, the mighty shark. The oceans once hid the most fearsome shark ever to exist, the megalodon. This enormous shark lived between 23 to 3.6 million years ago and could grow up to 60 feet long. This prehistoric shark, whose very name means big tooth, roamed the warm coastal waters from the United States to distant Australia, asserting its dominance without challenge. Imagine a shark nearly 60 feet long, about 3 times the length of the great white shark, the ocean's current apex predator. The megalodon's jaw was so wide it could swallow 2 adults side by side. Its teeth, over 6 inches long, were perfect tools for ripping through the flesh of whales and other large sea creatures that were its primary diet. Seeing a megalodon's massive shadowy form beneath the water's surface, accompanied by its chilling triangular teeth, would strike an instinctual fear into any living being. The very thought of this giant lurking in the deep is enough to make the bravest soul shiver. 12. Glyptodon, the giant armadillo. Imagine an armadillo, but the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. During the Pleistocene epoch, up to about 2.5 million years ago, a remarkable creature called the Glyptodon roamed the grasslands of South America. This prehistoric giant was akin to our modern armadillos, but scaled up to an extraordinary degree. The Glyptodon's covering was a marvel of natural armor, rounded and segmented, resembling a massive stone dome that could weigh up to 2 tons. Beneath this protective covering, the Glyptodon was about 10 feet long, dwarfing today's armadillos, which max out around 5 feet in length, including their tails. Its tail, unlike those of its modern cousins, was also armored and could serve as a lethal club against any threats or rivals. This creature's appearance would not only have been imposing due to its size, but also quite fearsome due to its fortress-like defenses. Encountering a Glyptodon, one would feel like they had traveled back to the age of the dinosaurs. Talking about prehistoric creatures, you can also check out our video on Animals You'll Be Glad to Know Are Extinct, Part 2. 11. Josephoria tegeja monesi, the giant capybara. Millions of years ago, specifically around 2 to 4 million years ago, during the Pliocene to early Pleistocene epochs, the grasslands and riverbanks of South America were home to a truly giant rodent known as the Josephoria tegeja monesi. This creature was not just any rodent, it was the largest one to ever live, akin to the size of a modern buffalo. Compared to today's capybaras, which are already the largest living rodents, weighing around 145 pounds and stretching nearly 4 feet long, Josephoria tegeja monesi was a behemoth. Imagine a rodent so large, measuring up to 10 feet long and weighing around 2,200 pounds. Its size could rival that of some small cars, with powerful jaws and teeth that could grow impressively large. This colossal capybara was not just a gentle grass eater. It's theorized that those large teeth could have been used as much for defense or digging as for feeding, making it a formidable presence on the ancient landscapes. 10. Epiornis, the elephant bird. On the isolated island of Madagascar, a place known for its unique wildlife, there once lived a bird so large that it defies current-day bird proportions. The Epiornis, also known as the elephant bird. This gigantic, flightless bird existed up until roughly 1,000 years ago, making it one of the more recent giants of the past. The elephant bird, resembling a massively scaled-up ostrich, stood at heights of up to 10 feet tall and could weigh close to 1,100 pounds. Comparing it to today's largest birds, the ostriches, which can weigh up to 290 pounds and reach heights of around 9 feet, the elephant bird was a veritable giant among giants. It had long, powerful legs that it used likely to thunder through the forests and plains of Madagascar. A small head perched on a long neck, and vestigial wings that hinted at its avian lineage but were useless for flight. The idea of such a creature, towering over humans and capable of a powerful kick, adds a prehistoric dread to the already mysterious landscapes of Madagascar. 9. Dinotherium, the elephant with downward tusk. Over 10 million years ago, during the Miocene to the Pleistocene epochs, the landscape of Europe, Asia, and Africa were roamed by an extraordinary species of elephant known as the Dinotherium, which translates to terrible beast. This giant prehistoric relative of modern elephants stood out not just for its size, but also for its unusual tusk that curved downward from the lower jaw, unlike any creature we see today. Dinotherium could reach up to 13 feet in height at the shoulders, making it one of the largest land mammals ever to walk the earth. Modern African elephants, which are among the largest land animals alive today, can stand up to 11 feet tall, making the Dinotherium significantly larger and bulkier. Its downward curving tusk and robust body, with a large sloping head and relatively short legs, would have made it a fearsome sight. These downward tusks were likely used to pull down branches to strip leaves or to forage for water plants. 8. Daeodon, the brawny pig. North America was once terrorized by Daeodon, a hulking pig-like creature with a massive body and a fearsome snout. Living around 20 million years ago, this creature was not a pig as we know it today, but a member of the Entelodon family, a group of mammals that resembled pigs with a far more robust and fearsome physique. The Daeodon stood about 6 feet tall at the shoulder, dwarfing modern domestic pigs, which rarely exceed a shoulder height of about 2.5 feet. It had a massive, broad skull equipped with a set of powerful jaws and sharp teeth, capable of crushing bones and ripping through tough plant material. This beast was likely the apex predator of its time, feeding on a diverse diet that could include plants, carrion, and smaller animals. The sheer size and formidable appearance of the Daeodon, with its thick-set body, large head, and frightening teeth,